students, welcome to our English class. To be a versatile person, we need English. To be fluent and good in English, we need grammar. Shall we learn grammar today? Noun. What is noun? Noun is a word that indicates the name of a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. See the examples. The words John, Fatima, Singh, Michael, Tom. What are these? These are names. It indicates the names of a person. The words church, Taj Mahal, Paris. These words indicate the name of a place. And the words like hat, bottle, car, they indicate the names of things. A word which indicates the name of a person, a place, thing, or an idea is a noun. I live in Australia. Where do I live? In Australia. The word Australia, it is a name of a place. Jenny is my sister. Who is my sister? It is Jenny. Jenny is the name of a person. Are you clear about noun? Yes. Shall we see the types of nouns? Common nouns are words that refer to persons or things of the same kind or general category. We know that common nouns are naming words that are common to people, places, things, and animals. Common nouns do not define any particular person, place, or thing. They are general names. So, they are not capitalized unless they begin a sentence. That means they come as a beginning word of the sentence. Example, I like to read story books. What kind of books I like to read? It is story books. Have they mentioned the name of the books? No, it is in general form, that is, I like to read story books. These cakes are so delicious. The cakes are delicious, which means it has more variety of cakes, but they mentioned commonly as cakes, which are so delicious. Do you understand what is common noun? Okay, then what is proper nouns? Proper nouns are words which refers to the particular names of people, places, and things. Proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Proper nouns define a particular person, place, or thing. Example, Albert Einstein was born in Germany. Who was born in Germany? It was Albert Einstein. Where he was born? He was born in Germany. Both the words Albert Einstein and Germany mention the particular name of person and place. So, they are proper noun. Christmas is my favorite festival. Which is my favorite festival? It is only Christmas. So, the word Christmas is a proper noun. My sister was born in March. That means my sister was born in the month of March, not in any other month. They have particularly mentioned here in the month of March. So, it is proper noun. Are you clear of proper and common nouns? Good. Common nouns can be classified into countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are names of things that can be counted, which can be easily counted, that is, countable nouns. They can be in both singular and plural form. Countable nouns which refer individual people, animals, places, things or ideas. An example, there is a man at the door. In this sentence, a man is easily countable. It refers a individual person. So, this is an example for countable noun. One more example for you. Your books are on the table. Here, the word books are in plural form, but it represents the individual things. So, this is countable nouns. What is uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are names of things that cannot be counted. They do not have singular or plural forms. Uncountable nouns are not individual objects, so they cannot be counted. How can be a noun without countable? Can you guess? Do you have any ideas what are the nouns are uncountable? Okay, see this example. You seem to have a high level of intelligence. That means your intelligence level is so high. Can we count the level of your intelligence? No, it is not possible. So, this is uncountable nouns. I have some juice in the morning. How much I have? Is that juice is countable? No. So, the word some is uncountable. Do you understand the difference between countable and uncountable nouns? Okay. Shall we go to the exercise? Read the sentences and write whether the nouns given in italics are countable or uncountable. The words which I have highlighted in italics are nouns. Now we have to find those words are countable or uncountable. The first sentence is, how much cheese do you need? Do you know cheese? Yes. Is it countable? No. Next sentence, Meenu has friends all over the neighborhoods. Is that word friends are countable? Yes, because we can count and say either Meenu has 2 friends, 3 friends or more than that. So, it is countable nouns. See the third sentence. I like strawberry milkshake. Can you count the milkshake? No. So, it is uncountable. They needed gallons of water to put out the fire. Word water is noun, but it is uncountable. Why? Because the word both milkshake and water are liquids. So, it is uncountable. Shall we check our answers? Okay. How much cheese do you need? It is uncountable. The word cheese is uncountable. So, you write U. Where will you write? Write next to the question mark the letter U in capital. Write in pencil. Meenu has friends all over the neighborhood. Yes, the word friends are countable. So, write C in capital. You write the answer at the end of the sentence. I like strawberry milkshake. The word milkshake is uncountable. So, you write U. Fourth sentence, they needed gallons of water to put out the fire. The word water is uncountable because it is liquid. So, you write U. We have discussed the first 4 sentences. Now, it's your time to find the answers. Read the following sentence and write the answer on your own. What is the fifth sentence? Abbas always has orange juice in the morning. The word juice is noun. Find out either it is countable or uncountable and write at the end of the sentence. Sixth one, dogs are faithful animals. In this sentence, animals is noun. Seventh one, Neelam eats brown rice 3 times a week. How many times a week? 3 times a week. The word week is noun. Eighth sentence, delete all the old messages on your mobile phone. Is that word messages is countable or uncountable? Find out and write the answer. I hope you can write the answer on your own. Concrete nouns refer to things that we can touch or see. They can be both countable and uncountable. Concrete noun is a thing which we can touch or see. What is abstract nouns? Abstract nouns refer to things which we cannot see or touch, but we can feel. What are the things we can feel? It includes feelings, experiences, states, qualities, and ideas. These are abstract nouns. It is very clear what we can touch or see is concrete noun, which we cannot touch or see but able to feel, that is abstract noun. And we can say that concrete noun which refers to a physical object in the real world, but abstract noun, it refers to an idea or concept that does not exist in the real world. So, if the noun exists in the real world, we can feel through 5 senses. Am I right? What are those 5 senses? They are taste, touch, sight, hearing, and smelling. So, a noun which can be perceived through 5 senses is concrete noun, and which cannot be perceived using one of the 5 senses is abstract noun, because it does not exist in the real world. This difference will help you to find out the concrete and abstract noun easily. We can check it through the sentences. Okay. The first sentence, I have 4 cars. How many cars do I have? I have 4 cars. The word cars is a noun. Can we able to touch or see it? Yes. So it is concrete noun. The second example is, higher education is strongly recommended. In this sentence, the word education is noun. Either it is concrete noun or abstract noun. It is abstract noun. Why? Because we cannot feel through our 5 senses. So it is abstract noun. Now we can see about collective nouns. Nouns which are in collective form is called collective nouns. Collective nouns are nouns that refer to a group of people or things. These collective nouns refer only a group of people or things. Collective nouns in everyday speech are not specific to one kind of thing. It denotes group which can be applied to people or things. Collective noun is a group, so it represents a collection of individuals. For example, the word team is a collective noun, but it represents collection of individual players because a team contains 11 players. If it is a football team, it contains 11 players. So this is collective noun. The word team is a collective noun. Now, if we take the word family, it cannot be in singular because a family contains more than one person. In a family, we have father, mother, and a child. If we see the collective nouns for animals, I have the example for you. A herd of cows and a flock of sheep. The word herd, H-E-R-D, and the word flock, F-L-O-C-K. It represents a collective nouns. Shall we see the example for objects? Yes, the sentence is a fleet of ships. Here the word fleet mentions the collective of ships. The word fleet is a collective noun. We shall see the exercise for collective nouns. See the heading. Fill in the blanks with the correct options. They have given the options to you. From that, you have to find out the correct answer. You can see the options at the bottom of the screen. What are the options they have given? The first word is gaggle. G-A-G-G-L-E, gaggle. Second word is horde. H-O-R-D-E, horde. How to pronounce that word? Horde. Third one is bundle. Fourth one is crowd. Fifth collective noun is bunch. Then after the bunch is swarm. Next to swarm is bouquet. B-O-U-Q-U-E-T. The letter T is silent. It is bouquet. The last collective noun is gang. Now we have to find out the collection of individuals for this collective nouns. Shall we? Yes. See the first one. A dash of thieves. From the given option, which word represents the collective of thieves? It is gang. G-A-N-G, gang. A gang of thieves. Second one. A dash of geese. A gaggle of geese. Gaggle is a collective noun for geese. Third one. A dash of clothes. I think for this question you may know the answer. Am I right? Yes, it is bundle of clothes. Fourth one. A dash of flowers. It is very easy, right? The answer is bouquet. A bouquet of flowers. Are you ready to check the answers? See the first one. A gang of thieves. Second one is a gaggle of geese. Answer for the third one is a bundle of clothes. Fourth one is a bouquet of flowers. Yes, everything is right. In your book, you write the answers in pencil. What is the answer for first one? Gang. Write the word gang. For the second one, you write gaggle. For the third question, you write the answer bundle. B-U-N-D-L-E, bundle. The fourth one is bouquet. The answer for the fourth one is bouquet. Have you written? Good. Fifth one is a dash of grapes. Sixth one is a dash of locusts. Seventh one is a dash of people. Eighth one is a dash of barbarians. Refer the dictionary and find out the meaning for the rest of the words from the given options. Then you choose the correct one and fill in the blanks. Will you do this? Can you? Yes, good. Identify the nouns in the following sentences. Then write if they are proper as P, common as C, collective noun as CO, or abstract as A. Hard work never goes waste. What is the noun in this sentence? It is hard work. Hard work is abstract noun because it defines a quality of a noun. Second one, there is no shortcut to success. We have two nouns in this sentence. One is shortcut and another one is success. Shortcut is a common noun and success is a abstract noun. We can only feel the success, so it is abstract, and shortcut is common noun. The police have caught the criminal. What are the nouns do we have in this sentence? One is police and another one is criminal. Police is a collective noun because we do not have any plural forms for police, so it is collective noun. Then what about criminal? It is common noun. They do not have particularized any person, so it is common. Fourth one, the committee has prepared the petition. Group of members is called committee, so committee is common noun. And the word petition. Both the word petition and committee are nouns. They have not mentioned the name of the petition, so it is common noun. Identifying the kinds of nouns is so easy, right? Now, write the answers in your grammar book at the end of the sentence. Hard work never goes waste. So, write the word hard work, put hyphen and write capital A. There is no shortcut to success. Write the word shortcut, put hyphen and write capital C. Put comma, then write the word success, hyphen, write capital A. Third sentence, the police have caught the criminal. We have two nouns in this sentence. One is police and criminal. At the end of the sentence, write the word police, hyphen, write the capital P, comma, criminal, hyphen, write capital C. Fourth sentence, the committee has prepared the petition. What are the nouns we have discussed? One is committee and the other one is petition. Committee is a collective noun and petition is a common noun. Write committee, put hyphen and write CO in capital, comma, petition, put hyphen and write the letter C in capital. Read the sentences and identify the noun and its kinds. Write as I told you. Emperor Vikramaditya was a great patron of the arts. Sixth one, the cattle are grazing in the field. What is seventh one? She sent me a bouquet of flowers. Eighth one, Hyderabad is the capital of the newly formed state of Telangana. Ninth one, faith can create miracles. First, read the sentence carefully. Then, identify the noun and underline it. Write the noun at the end of the sentence and write its kind. Material nouns. Material nouns refer to material or substances used to make things, which means material nouns are names of material out of which things are made. For example, a wooden table, which means the table is made up of wood, so we called it as wooden table. The material they used to make a table is wood, so the word wood is a material noun. I tell you two more examples. Cotton dresses are very cheap and comfortable. Which dresses are very cheap? The dresses which made up of cotton. Cotton dresses are very cheap and comfortable. My mom purchased a gold ring for me. That means my mom purchased a ring for me which was made up of gold. The material they have used in a ring is gold, so it is a gold ring. Are you clear what is material nouns? Yes. Shall we see the exercise? Underline the material nouns in these sentences. From the given sentences, we have to find out the material noun and we have to underline it. What is the first sentence? Gold is a good conductor of heat. Which is a good conductor of heat? It is gold. Gold is a material we can make ornaments from it. The answer is gold. Second sentence, jute is one of the cheapest natural fibers. Which is the cheapest one among all other natural fibers? It is jute. Jute is a fiber and it is a material. The correct answer is jute. What is the third sentence? The child is sailing a boat made of paper. The material which is used here to make a boat is paper. So, paper is a material noun. Do you understand? Now, are you able to find out the material nouns? Gold is a good conductor of heat. Gold is a material noun, so you underline the word gold. Jute is one of the cheapest natural fibers. The word jute is a material noun, so underline the word jute in pencil. Third one, the child is sailing a boat made of paper. As we have discussed, paper is a material noun, so underline the word paper. Now find the material noun for these three sentences. It is very easy. The materials are around you and it is very close to you. When you read the sentence, you can easily find out which is material noun. Plastic is not good for the environment. Which is material noun in this sentence? Either it is environment or plastic. Think and underline the correct one. As I say, what you do for these three sentences, identify the material noun and underline it. What is the second sentence? Rubber is a bad conductor of electricity. And the third sentence is, some people think that food tastes better when cooked in utensils made of clay. Identify the material noun and underline it for these three sentences in your book. Use pencil. Compound nouns are nouns formed by combining two or more words. They can be a combination of either two nouns or an adjective and a noun, or a noun and a verb, or a verb and an adverb. Compound nouns can be written as single word, hyphenated word and spaced word. Example for single word is pancake, and for the hyphenated word dry cleaning. And example for spaced word is water bottle. A compound noun is formed when two words are combined to make a completely new word. Example, toothbrush and greenhouse. The word tooth and brush have separate meaning, but when it's combined, it gives completely a new meaning word. In the word greenhouse, the word green and house has meaning, but when it's combined, this means that the meaning of a new word must be significantly different than either of its parts individually. Now we can get into the exercise to change the given compound nouns into plural forms. Write the plural forms of the following compound nouns. The first compound noun is passerby. By adding s to the main noun passer, we can make it as plural form. It is passers by. Second one is ladybird. What is the plural form of ladybird? It is ladybirds. Third one is water tank. By adding s to the word tank, we make it as plural. That is water tanks. In your grammar book, you write the answer. After the word complete, put hyphen and write the answer. Answer for the first one. Next to the word by, passerby, put hyphen and write the word passers by. Second one is ladybirds. Put hyphen, write the word ladybirds. Answer for the third one is water tanks. So put hyphen, write the word water tanks. Write neatly, write in pencil. We have 3 more compound nouns in this exercise. Fourth one is printer cartridge. Fifth one is washing machine. Sixth one is daughter-in-law. All these 3 are easy, right? Okay. Find the plural form of these compound nouns and write in your grammar book. Will you write? Yes, good. Choose the correct nouns to complete the sentences. We have to find out the correct form of noun. Either it may be singular or plural form. What is the first sentence? They are buying dash for their house. What is the option they have given for you? It is furniture or furnitures. Actually, we do not have the plural form for the word furniture. So, the answer is only furniture, not furnitures. See the second sentence. This railway track is used for dash trains. Either the answer is goods or goods. Have you heard this word? Goods train. Yes, that's a right one. It is not good. It is goods trains. Goods train is not for passengers. The purpose of goods train is to carry only the luggage. Third one, I have no further dash recording her arrival. Is it either I have no further information or informations? It is information. because information is a collection of data, so it do not have plural forms. He is older than his brother by 2.5 dash. What might be the answer? Year or years? It is years because his age is more than 1. So the answer is years. Y-E-A-R-S, years. He is older than his brother by 2.5 years. Shall we write the answer in our grammar book? Yes. Take the exercise. What is the answer for the first one? It is furniture. F-U-R-N-I-T-U-R-A, furniture. Write it in the blank. Second one, this railway track is used for goods trains. The answer is goods. G-O-O-D-S. Answer for the third one is information. Yes, I have no further information regarding her arrival. Write neatly in the given blank. Fourth one is, he is older than his brother by 2.5 years. Y-E-A-R-S, years. Have you completed? Okay. Now it's your time to find out the answer for these 4 sentences. She lost her bunch of dash in the train yesterday. The options are key or keys. Sixth one, the accident was seen by many dash by. Either it is passerbys or passers-by. Think and write the answer. Seventh one, he has 7 dash. Either he has 7 son-in-laws or sons-in-laws. Find out the correct answer and write it in the blank. Eighth sentence, the 2 former dash are attending the meeting. Options are chiefs of staff or chief of staffs. Find out the correct option and fill in the blanks. Have you enjoyed the class? I meet you in next class. Until, take care of your health.